Hello and welcome to the Talkin Yanks pregame show. Running back last week's formula, you and me, Dan Canobio, BBD, in
Homer
the
drafts.
stew.
Getting correct homer drafts, getting wins. They won a series last week that I was on.
The series we did.
This weekend was tough.
Almost won.
You go from almost sweeping,
Almost lost worse.
to lose 2 out of 3 to potentially winning 2 out of 3. A lot of emotions in that series. Obviously, the Sunday afternoon call, giving up 6 runs. That was just. Didn't we talk about that last week? Like the new, what was the word we're using? Rock bottom.
Yeah.
Yesterday felt like another rock bottom day in a weird way.
They found a little more dirt.
Found a little more dirt, and I do like that they battled back to tie it up at 7 again, but they made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
Make so many mistakes over the weekend. Defensively, it's like mistakes that I was been a part of teams like this growing up. Like, we were just not good enough to get over the hump. Like, key errors, guys out of position. Like, meh teams make those types of mistakes that we saw over the weekend. Hopefully they can right the ship tonight because they are facing the worst team in baseball.
This is the first team the Yankees have gotten to play that we can ask for a sweep. Obviously, not the end of the world if they only get 2 out of 3, but it's must win for a different reason. The last couple series have felt must win.
If Dan Rourke was in this chair, a different Dan, he would say that this is a non-mathematical must-win series sweep. Like a sweep is, I almost have to. Like, I know it's crazy to say
team
in May.
that you walk in and you say, without a doubt, we should win this series. And at this point in the year, this is one of the first series Oakland has had this year where they say, we have a chance to win this one, boys.
Stop. You think they're saying that?
No, they just played the Royals.
In another world of talking A's, which we talked about last week, like their pregame that's going on right now, Bizarro BBD, Bizarro Dan, they're like, I think we can get in the win column here with these Yanks.
We can get 2.
That would be very, very sad. I haven't fixed my brain to think that.
I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that. Before you tell the people the lineup, I tweeted that I just looked at Rougned Odor's numbers this year for the first time.
Rookie. Is he on the A's?
He's on the Padres.
But
so
why is he
completely
coming up?
Just somebody mentioned it in the chat.
Oh.
Has he been so bad for them? Like it
Makes sense.
like Hicks level.
Really?
Bad. Better technically, but bad.
This is bad. I can't believe Hicks got his first extra base hit this weekend.
Happy for him.
Happy, yeah.
Monkey off the back, kid.
He's in the lineup tonight.
In the lineup tonight. Who else is in the lineup tonight for those Yanks?
This is like, I like to read the lineup for the first time as I do it right here, so I have no idea.
We're watching you learn it.
Yeah, learning. I'm learning just along with everybody else who hasn't looked at it yet. Volpe playing shortstop, leading off. Gleyber Torres playing batting second. In the 3 spot, I think is the Yankees' best hitter right now, Anthony Rizzo. Over at first, of course, DHing tonight, DJ LeMahieu. Most clutch Yankee to ever put on the uniform, Harrison Bader, back in center. IKF batting 6th and playing 3rd. We got Oswaldo back in the lineup in right. We got Trevino behind the dish, batting 8th. And then batting 9th is Aaron Hicks. Now, that is a lineup. Who's not in the lineup tonight?
The guys not in the lineup would be Willie Calhoun.
Bowers, and
Bowers. Higgy is out, and that would mean it's got to be another guy.
The bench is pretty short.
Peraza.
Yep. Has he
Peraza's
got
still
back
out.
into a game yet?
Not back into a game yet, but was available on the bench yesterday.
Yankees bench is just kind of guys that are kind of banged up but kind of not banged up.
The way they're using him, if he's not the move, whether it's to the IL or, which it sounds like it would be down to the minors, not an IL. If he's not the move for Judge tomorrow,
that's another thing.
That'll be shocking. It seems like that'll be the easy housekeeping move.
So there's a lot to look for in this series. It's number one is flush Sunday, get fat on the A's. The A's have a minus 124 run differential, which is absurd in May and early May. The next closest, Royals, minus 66. Doubled up.
They're being lapped by the Royals. Or
It
they're
is
lapping
crazy.
the Royals.
Like, the A's are historically bad. So, obviously, you got to come out and almost go for the sweep. Nestor's back on the hill tonight, coming off of that strep throat or whatever was ailing him, but he's got to get back on track to facing an old friend in J.P. Sears, who was famously traded for Montes Trevino. He was part of a trade with Waldachuk and some others. But Sears is struggling this year. I don't know if you take any pride in that.
He's kind of my what to watch for today. Just look out for some revenge there, because he's been mid at best this year.
Yeah.
I was having a good laugh over the weekend because obviously we learn Lou Trevino is having TJ. He's out all this year. Decent chance just not part of the team next year. And but technically, I think the Yankees are ahead on the WAR for that trade by like a lot, because Waldachuk has been the worst pitcher in baseball with a real sample, and Sears hasn't really done anything. Medina hasn't come up yet, I don't believe.
It's a weird trade.
So technically, the Yankees are winning that trade right now. Obviously, the A's have like 5 more years of each of those guys to get like 2 total WAR.
And like 3 of those years will be spent living in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So that's what they got going for them.
Your favorite place in the world.
I've been there way too many times in my life. 7 homers Sears has given up in 26 innings. That's a lot.
So
think about Cole. 2 homers. Cole entered yesterday 50 innings pitched, 0 home runs. Gave up 2 yesterday. So just for context, it's a lot of home runs.
Sears has been giving up the long ball,
which is good for the Yankees, because that's how the Yankees win, is when they hit home runs.
They can hit some dingers.
So, what to watch for would be that. It would be get fat on the A's, flush the weekend, get
Yankees
Nestor back
home.
on point, and Shea Langoliers. I just like saying his name.
Me too.
I picked him in the homer draft this week. I picked him in the homer draft 2 weeks ago. He rewarded me 2 weeks ago with a home run. I hope he hits a home run, but that doesn't impact the game.
Me too.
Funny name. Cool name.
It's a good name. I like that. I think that brings us to the pitching path to victory, which we haven't done yet.
That's path.
Nestor should be
5?
good to go. He's on some extra rest. I know he had the strep throat.
Did he, though?
Let's say yes.
Is strep throat contagious? I believe it is.
Right?
Strep
goes around.
Wait, during the celebration of Trevino's walk-off, I saw Nestor.
Yeah. All the boys just going to have strep throat.
Hope not. Going down like flies.
Okay, taking a little stock. Bullpen isn't in amazing shape.
No, it
just
isn't.
As far as guys available. Clay, likely unavailable. Mike King, I would assume, is unavailable. 24 bullets yesterday. Hasn't done a back-to-back yet. Wandy Peralta has done a back-to-back. So probably not him. Jimmy Cordero, 18 bullets yesterday. So I kind of need 6 from Nestor. I think Ian Hamilton is our closer tonight.
Dude, I was so excited to see the Ham Dog get a save. I was excited to see the Yankees be like, hey, you're pitching really well. Let's not use you in these mop-up roles or when we're down 2 or up 2. Let's get you in there in a high-leverage situation. So that was a nice little development over the weekend. It wasn't a total loss of a weekend. I mean, they played a lot better than I thought they would.
They showed fight.
7 runs yesterday.
They did put up some runs against the A's pitching.
Which the Rays mean?
The Rays.
The A's
this series.
But
A's.
Unfortunately, they lost 2 out of 3, and they find themselves 10 games back in May, which is nuts. But you got to figure that kind of stunk about yesterday was that King, like I said, King, Cordero, Peralta, Holmes are all used. Another good thing from over the weekend is Holmes looked like he was throwing some nasty pitches.
He found something, I think, and is that just getting out of the closer, getting out of being locked into the closer role. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't imagine it hurts.
He had him in the 7th inning, but they were still like close. I think pretty sure it was either tied or it was like high leverage.
It was a high leverage spot.
But it wasn't
early, but it was against the bottom of their order. Like it wasn't like they just put him against the best guys. So, if they can get him another spot in a spot sort of like that, then we can get him into a save situation,
Bullpen.
not being the closer.
Like we said before, bullpen has not been a problem on this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hamilton gets in tonight, and Ron is available.
Yeah, I think Hamilton for the 9th. If we get 6 out of Nestor, it's like
So I was going to ask you that.
7-8.
I was going to ask you who's the closer tonight in a one or two, like a safe situation. Hamilton, Ham Dog.
I think the Ham Dog passed the first test.
Did you see him smile?
I did.
Made me smile.
That was nice.
Got a nice smile.
Yeah, when I saw him do the picture of him doing like an interview.
Someone posted it.
Okay, that's nice.
You should smile more, or just continue to do what you're doing.
Less.
Yeah, do.
It all works.
Who am I to tell him what to do? He's having a great start to his Yankee tenure. Do whatever you want, Hamilton.
There's a chance for 7th inning Albert Abreu tonight. Just
Yeah,
bracing
he
the people for
threw 6 pitches on Sunday.
Hasn't thrown a lot of pitches, and frankly, in general, has been good this year. On the whole,
What's the latest on Canely?
I think he threw, but
He is vibrant on the bench.
I've liked seeing him around. I guess they were in Tampa, so the whole rehab crew was
Yeah,
there.
Rodon was
in the
available.
mix.
Oh, not available. Opposite of
there.
available.
Donaldson was having some fun on the bench there.
Yeah, I want to see Canely back.
Can't remember if I saw Big G, but yeah. Okay.
Homer draft, it's the Homer draft.
Okay. My friend, you have the first pick in the first game today. I believe it's what I wrote down.
It's going to be hard to top
So-
last week. Bowers and
Yeah.
Willie in the same inning.
Yeah.
I like righties tonight, especially with Sears on the hill. We just told you about Sears is susceptible to the home run ball. I like Torres. Gleyber Torres will hit a home run into the right field seats and give us one of his patented this.
I like that. That'd be cool. I want Harrison Bader. He's hot.
He's hot in more ways than one.
He's hot right now, particularly against a lefty. He can turn in a nice day at the office with the power stroke.
Good pick. Bad pick by Dan by not picking Bader. He's hot as a pistol.
Homered.
Hot as a pistol.
And yeah, I'll take my Rizzo pick now. Homered against the lefty yesterday. And maybe it just happens against the bullpen. We'll see. But I'm taking Bader and Rizzo.
Bader
You
and
have
Rizzo.
Gleyber.
I got Gleyber, and I will take... Tonight's the night. Oswaldo Cabrera hits his first home run of the year. Tonight is the night. He yanks one
He
down
does
the line.
have one already
He does have one already.
against the Blue Jays, but it was as a righty.
Tonight is the night. Take 2. That Peraza hits his first home run as a lefty. And we're almost reminded, like, oh, wow, this guy has a really beautiful lefty swing for this stadium. He hits a home run tonight. Even though I just said I like righties, and I just went with Peraza. There's no rhyme or reason to my homer picks. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're wrong. Am I winning the homer pick thing? Someone just asked. Morgan.
Let's take some stock. Total score. You got a series win under your belt for sure. This is almost fully ready to be like dissected perfectly, but you certainly win last week.
Woo.
It was an all-time performance.
Yeah. Judge is back tomorrow, too.
Judge is back tomorrow, too. I'm not trying to spoil what the first pick will be, but I have it.
That's the homer draft, right? One thing, not a last thing. I was just over at the water cooler. Max Manus cut me in line. And I said, hey, Max, I'm about to do the pregame show. How do you feel about this team? Max says, normally I wouldn't be worried. You know, it's only May, a lot of games. This team's not healthy. Something seems a little off, he says. And he says the next 8 games, you know, this whole Rays, Jays, it's going to tell a lot about this team, whether it's we're trying for maybe a run at the division or we're going to settle in and try to be a wild card. And that can happen in May, especially with how good the AL East is.
AL East is really good. The Yankees are in 5th place. They'd be
It's nuts.
second place in several divisions with their current record.
That's the thing that scares me a little bit. It's like, obviously they're injured and playing underperforming too as well. But like, if they were 10 games back and they were in second, they're only chasing one team. They're chasing 4 teams. And they are good. Like, the Orioles are legit.
They're good.
The Jays are legit. The Red Sox?
Those
Lorenzo
the top
Damalia's
three are
Red
off
Sox?
to fully good starts, and the Red Sox are off to a better start than the Yankees.
The Red Sox are giving me 2017 Yankee vibes this year. They weren't really picked to do anything. They got some offense, not a lot of pitching, and they're putting it together. They're scary with their offense. It's tough. Very tough. Not going to lie.
Do you have a guess on tonight's over-under?
Sears gives up a lot of homers. Nestor's hasn't been great this year. 7.5? No, 8.5.
It's 8.
8.
8 flat.
8. I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I'm kind of riding unders till I get one wrong. Taking
on the under bus.
Been on the under bus. Yeah, wish I wasn't. I guess technically yesterday they did go over, but I didn't make a pick.
You want to hear something nuts from the world that I live in the boxing realm? So I do parlays every weekend for DraftKings. I make my pick. 2 picks for one night, which is really hard. And the first leg of my parlay, we got an Australian fighter versus a fighter from Mexico. The guy, and before the fight, they assigned 3 judges, neutral judges. 2 of them were from the U.S., 1 of them was from Venezuela. At the last second, they changed the judges to 2 Guadalajara judges for a Guadalajara fighter, and they gave it to the guy from Mexico who did not win, and it blew up my parlay.
Wow.
That's all I wanted to say. It's crazy. Gambling on combat sports is nuts because it's in the hands of judges, other people. And when you have some of this tomfoolery going on, my bank account is the one that gets hurt. That is my forced boxing reference for the day. I'm good for one of those a show.
I'm happy you did it.
Fix was in, Tom Ace. Damn right.
Fix was in. They're in cahoots. Are you in cahoots on anything that might happen in this game? In that you're premonitioning anything?
Our accountant Steve is going to the game. He's going to run on the field. No.
Steve storms the field.
Steve storms the field in protest of the Yankees' performance this year. No. What am I thinking? What's going to happen tonight? Hicks does something. Hicks gets a nice ovation from the crowd, whether it's a nice defensive play, whether it's a double. Hicks gets a nice
back-to-back double.
Hicks gets a nice
The stadium gives him a hand.
Not like we want you around longer. Just like good for you for your
happy
short-term
for it.
mental health.
That's good. I'd like that.
Yeah. Good for you, Aaron. But also, you know what? He really went nuts for that double.
Yeah. He was happy. It looked like the monkey got off his back.
Which, as long as he's on the Yankees, I want him to perform.
I root for the guys on the team.
Yeah. Some people don't, but I understand why they don't. You have
what
every
I go
right
for.
to do that. You're a fan. Fan is short for fanatical.
Nestor's an athlete.
There's an athlete underneath that jersey.
Fail.
That already happened.
Body, there's an athlete.
Fail. That already happened in Texas.
Which way is he going?
What do you mean? Is he running the foul territory, or is he running towards the outfield? Is he running towards first? Or is he running towards third?
I think it's down the third baseline. Just like a swinging bunt type play. He has to slide over. He's on his knees, throws, because he's an athlete.
He is an athlete. We need to get him back on track. I feel like
let's get another good start for him. It's really just been the one bad one.
I have his game logs open. Yeah,
it's just the one bad one.
Texas.
He had a 3 coming into that.
And Texas can hit, especially in that ballpark.
They can hit.
Before that, it was all three earned runs or less, which is pretty much what Nestor has been his whole career. Not worried about Nestor. Not worried about him at all. At all.
Not at all.
I don't smell great today.
That's tough, man.
My mom gave me a different deodorant, like a holistic deodorant.
She just like had it and passed it along.
She's like, I don't want you putting aluminum. Aluminum. She probably saw it. She's very up on those things. So she's like, here, take this. This is mine. Or it's an extra one. Didn't do anything this morning. I'm the smelly guy in the office. I'm the smelly guy in the office.
Gross. I haven't smelled you yet today.
I wouldn't.
I won't, I guess.
But if the Yankees win tonight, I ain't putting. I'm putting the deodorant on again. I'm coming in smelly tomorrow.
Bet. Gotta.
Bet. For real. On God.